Chapter 700. Then, it seems there is nothing more to be found here. How about this? We proceed to where the second prince's body was found and assist in the investigation. At that moment, Kishir made a proposal to Radal. Really? But the cavalry? Yes, in such situations, it's standard practice to restrict the movement of those under suspicion until the matter is resolved. But coincidentally, if it's true that the second prince was killed by an awakener, our cavalry would be the first to investigate. Had this special circumstance not occurred, the second prince intending to visit the branch would have already happened. Radal and the knights fell silent, acknowledging the truth in Kishir's words. If it's true that the second prince was murdered by an awakener, there is no better place than ours to investigate this quickly. Moreover, as you said, a swift investigation into the still undiscovered servants or horses would be ideal. So I propose the cavalry assist you in the interest of quick resolution and maintaining our respective dignities. This meant that the cavalry wanted to clear their name while Herney and Charloin sought the truth, each taking a step back to cooperate. Truthfully, the cavalry has nothing to fear. We could just wait until everyone gives up and our innocence and right to investigate are returned. But it would be hard to quickly find out who's behind this mess. They never planned to stay here long in the first place. They didn't want to waste time. Kishir, sharing Yudhir's sentiments, grinned knowingly. I personally find this incident, aimed at striking both the Herney family and the cavalry, exceedingly distasteful. So I'm looking forward to a good decision. It's difficult for me to decide on my own. I need to discuss this with my companions before deciding, Radal responded. Radal and the knights gathered, whispering quietly. Regardless of their efforts to speak softly, Kishir, Nathan Zuckerman, and Yudhir, who slightly used the power of wind, couldn't miss a word. Many are worried this might be a trap by the cavalry. Some see this as an opportunity to let cavalry handle the investigation while they simply wait for the results. Then Kishir signaled Nathan Zuckerman, who discreetly disappeared. After discussing, we have decided to accept the cavalry commander's proposal. However, since the incident likely involves cavalry, if anything related is discovered, of course, but there is a third party that can offer appropriate mediation and assistance between us, isn't there? Really? As the conversation didn't flow as Radal and the knights expected, they were caught off guard when someone hurriedly approached from behind. I apologize for being late. I was in communication with General Gino upon receiving news of this incident. The newcomer was Suns, the leader of the Empire's Awakener Brigade. His timely arrival, along with Nathan Zuckerman returning to his original position, confirmed he had been brought in at just the right moment. Suns introduced himself confidently in front of the knights, who looked at him with mixed feelings. I'm Suns, leader of the Southern Army's Awakener Brigade. I have heard all about the unfortunate incident involving the second prince of the Herney family. As the Empire's forces guarding the south, all of whom are Awakeners, it is only right for us to assist in finding the perpetrator. A unit entirely composed of Awakeners? Are you the Imperial soldiers who intervened in the recent arena betting incident? That's correct. While we are not yet a formal unit, General Gino of the Southern Army's headquarters, upon hearing the news, has given us permission to use the unit's name to assist in the investigation. Suns presented a brief letter from General Gino with the general's own seal clearly stamped upon it. The knights, who had been scouring the southern branch in their search, knew the Imperial Army had seen their unit. It was only natural that Suns had reported this matter to the general as soon as he heard the incident. Remembering that the Southern Army's headquarters was not far from Charloin and that rapid communication was possible through courier birds, the knight's expressions turned grim. My unit members were also present here yesterday and today. Therefore, I believe we are well positioned to make sound judgments and offer assistance in this situation. Had they been just ordinary Imperial soldiers, the offer might have been declined. But Suns's unit was not the cavalry, yet potentially a third party capable of substituting for some of cavalry's functions. Although some classify General Gino as an imperialist, he is more renowned for being exceptionally neutral and honest. A swordmaster who didn't chase glory but had held his position as a Southern Army general for decades, he was a living legend in the empire. All the knights realized that dismissing his letter and his subordinates would be unwise. Intending to take the lead instead of just accepting the cavalry's assistance, Radel frowned as he considered Sun's proposal. Indeed, if your entire unit is awakeners and directly under General Gino's command, as the Duke has suggested, your assistance could be invaluable in this matter. Right, then let's not delay any further and depart at once. Understood. If Radel had been foolish enough to openly protest or object to the proposal like an imperial guard might, Uther had planned to intervene, but that was unnecessary. It was slightly disappointing though that Radel kept pondering, clearly troubled by his loyalty to the second prince. Had his attitude been just a bit more insolent, I would have made his journey less comfortable. Unfazed by thoughts that would have horrified Radel, Uther followed Kishir, creating a slight breeze around them to ensure privacy before speaking. Did you involve Suns because of his abilities? That's part of it. His abilities are the fastest and most useful in this situation. It's unfortunate Kana isn't here. Uther saw that Kishir's reasoning for involving Suns wasn't just to have a third party. It was more about naturally drawing in someone whose vision ability was most beneficial in the current situation. However, as exceptional as Sun's vision ability was, it couldn't compare to Kana, who could read even invisible information. They hadn't anticipated this situation, so Kana's absence was regrettable. The capital and the south were not nearly as close as Charloin and General Gino. Even if they sent Kana immediately on a swift misty-wind horse, it would take nearly 2 weeks to arrive. No, considering Kana's health and stamina, even 2 weeks is optimistic. Humans need regular rest and nourishment. The best course of action then was to gather items that could serve as clues during the investigation, send them to Kana, and wait for her response. To uncover anything of value, we must take corresponding action. Let's see who dared to commit such a brazen act. The body of the second prince lay within the confines of the Charloin Security Force Station, an area restricted to a very few. As they entered, the stench of decay struck their nostrils. Myra, the first princess, had insisted on coming despite advice to the contrary. She now stood with a handkerchief pressed to her mouth, clenching her teeth to suppress the urge to vomit. I will remove the covering. One of the knights, their face masked with a cloth, peeled back the black shroud covering the body. Uther approached unhesitatingly, examining the exposed state of the corpse. The second prince bore a striking resemblance to Myra, particularly the bright platinum hair, but beyond that, the resemblance was different to discern due to the horrific state of his body covered in wounds. Many marks resemble burn from lightning. Other than that, what stands out is that the bones are broken and marks are left on the skin, as if a large hand had been squeezing and opening them. These injuries are beyond the capabilities of a knight or a mage. That's true, but seeing it in person makes it even more evident. Uther gazed his head, gazing impassively at the others. This is not the work of anyone in our cavalry. A moment of silence swept through the room. If you're so certain, then there is no awakener in the cavalry capable of inflicting such wounds. But couldn't someone have hidden their true abilities, or there might be an accomplice from outside? Well, that might be true for the accomplice, but you seem unfamiliar with awakeners. Uther stepped closer to the body, lifting a hand marked with thin black scars resembling burns from lightning. While the knights, more accustomed to dealing with corpses, frowned in unison, Kishir, the cavalry members, Suns and Aemon remained comparatively composed.